to go back to England or anything, so I went back to the front line. So I went back up there, and when I got back, for a while there, they just send you back anywhere to the front, no matter where you went, and then they eventually got to where they tried to send you back to your old outfit if they could. So by that time, they sent me back to my old outfit. When I got back up there, you get replacements all the time, so when I got back, my company done been replaced, and it was K Company, the same company I'd been in for 3 years, but most of the places was new, because all the rest of them done been gone. And, well, the second day I was in, I think maybe a little better the second day, but the first week or two I was there, my company was wiped out. There was just 40 of us left up there. Yeah, I think we had 168 was our battle strength, and 40 of us was left, and that was before I got employed. But they would replace them every day like that. I had to replace them come up to me one time, and I done that. We dug in on top of a hill, and brought us some replacements and for me, and so I was talking to that guy, and he said that I'm supposed to report to Sergeant Bell. That's the fact how our artillery shell come in and kill him. He's standing up there. I was thinking telling him where to dig him a hole at, and an artillery shell hit that close to us. Of course, I was down in my hole talking about it, and they killed him. And then right after that, I was digging. Usually we dug in two together. And I was digging in with a guy, and his name was Graves. And so when you dig a hole down, dig that slit trench down, 2 men will, well then after you get it dug good and wide and deep enough and long enough, well you get in there and you're taking late, try to find poles or logs or doors, anything you can find right there to level the top of it. And leave about that much to get in, get down there and slide back out and help give you protection on them logs. And and I put a piece down there. We had it just about far enough, and no Graves won't come back with another. He put a log down there, across there. It had a knot going out on it. It stuck out about a foot. I said, man, you got that wrong. You got that far. You can get around that. And he said, oh yeah, we can get around that. And I said, no, I can't dive all that knot. In a hurry. That knot sticking out in the one little open space we had left. And so it just happened. The Germans laid the artillery barrage started coming, blowing up all around there. So I run and jumped down in there. And I hollered for him. And I heard him running down that road, and that damn knot held him. And he's the one that put it there. And he didn't get by that knot real good, but he finally made it in, and he was laying on top of me. And it was 2.5 feet wide, or 3 feet wide, I guess it was. But there was still room enough for him to get over on his side. And he just laid there, and that artillery barrage lasted. It seemed to me like about 15 minutes. And then finally it lifted, quit. And so I said, okay, Graves, I said, that's all, you can get off me. I said, you're playing off. You can get off of me now. He never moved. And I hollered at him, yes, get off, man. And he never moved. And directly I felt something on my face, and I felt cold with it. And I reached up and felt I thought he was spitting on me, or his canteen or something was pouring down on me. So when I brought my hand back down, I seen the blood on it. And so we dug about 10 feet apart, like one hole here and then 10 feet another one. I hollered for the guy, come back here. So come here and check Graves out. I think there's something wrong with him. And so they come down there and pulled him out. He was dead. And whatever it was, nearly tore his head off. And he smoked cigars, and his people had sent him a box of cigars. And he just had told me, he said, no, everything happened to me, said you eat these cigars. So I couldn't smoke his cigar, and I gave him everybody come around there, give him all the cigars. And
now, was this before D-Day, when y'all, I mean, this is after?
Oh, yeah. Debarkation, that's when it first outfit left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where were you? You came in Norman?
Yeah, Omaha Beach.
Omaha Beach.
And anyway, then they just took him out. It was nearly dark. They laid him up there and running on my sled mansion. And I felt real funny laying there all night, on him. And then I did right beside.
And you get sleepy? Wasn't there a man one time that kneeled down?
Yeah, that was later on. He was an old guy. His name was Bockets. He was from, I believe he was from Idaho. And he was a bee man. He's always talking about raising bees. And this is way on several weeks later when he got killed. But while he was back here in the state, he was 47 years old. They said anybody past 40, they would get out.
How did he get in?
I don't know how he got in. I must have been in the guard bar. But anyway, he kept trying to get promotion going to let him down. Promotion in California was going to let him down. And then promotion down in Camp Brooker, Alabama was going to let him out. And I think it said, well, before you leave Camp Brooker, New Jersey, you'll be out. It's started, but he wound up over with the rest of them.
No.
And so we was going to field one day and was all out on the road. You know, like when you move the enemy out of one place, well, they'll fall back to another defensive area. And so they fell back to another defensive area. We was going that road like it was the day that I got wounded. And we was trying to catch up with them again. And so Bockins, I seen him over there running. I was over the road and he's kind of running out in like a cow pasture down through there, you know, about a few feet off the road. So when the garage lifted up, everybody said, well, off and on, off and on. There's a few up there, wooded, some killed, and everything. And so I seen old Bucket over there, and cause I always kind of kept my eye out for him. For some reason, I don't know why. But he was down on his knees, and his hand down there, and had his rear stuck up there, and I hollered at him a couple times. He didn't say nothing. I wasn't shook him. He didn't do nothing, so I pushed him. He just fell over, and he was dead. And I hollered for the medics to come up there, and they come up there, and I stayed there with them while they was checking him out. They said there's not a hole in it, not nothing, not a bullet hole, no shrapnel. And so I reckon he just died from a heart attack. Yeah, he was down on his hands and knees. And then it went on. After I got back up to the outfit, after I got wounded, I got out of the hospital one time. Well, the sergeant told me, said, if it was filled up, you know, said, I just have to hang around. You wouldn't have to hang around long most of the time, but somebody get killed. And take place, we had more sergeants than they needed. And I just going around there one day, and the first sergeant, he handed me his radio and said, for about a week or two, all I done was just took care of that walkie-talkie radio for the first sergeant, kept in contact with the captain. Between the captain and the first sergeant. And then, but one time later on, I gave that job back up and needed somebody on one of the squads. I think it was in the second platoon. Most of the time I was in the first platoon, but this time I went down to the second because there was an opening down there. And so I went down there with them, and we got on top. We pushed the Germans up a hill, went across a river. We tried to go across that river one time in pontoon boats and little big boats. And they waited till our first platoon got across, and like it wasn't nothing over, and we fired into it, shelled it with artillery and everything. And then after that first platoon got over, well, then the Germans broke loose and cut them off. And the rest of it, they just too much firepower. So they had to go back and soften them up with artillery. So they brought about, I think, over 1,000 artillery pieces. They just shelled that hill all to pieces. But what happened? You crossed this river. Then it was a huge bluff, about 40 or 50 feet high, that kind of bluff. And then to get up on top, and we finally got up there, and passed by a German. He lay there, and his legs blowed off. His feet, so they just threw thousands of rounds of artillery in there, softening them up. Boy, they softened them up. He was the only German I seen him. He's going, whoa, 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 telling me how the artillery was coming in on him, you know. Yeah, that's what he meant by that. Different artillery rounds coming. But we went on top of that hill, went on over and through some woods, and come to another clearing out there. I guess it's about a quarter of a mile, looked like across that field to the woods on the other side. We were supposed to attack across that. And when we got ready to attack across that, well, I jumped over the hill. When it moved off, everybody jumped over the hill. We started running across that field far ahead to the woods on the other side. But what happened was the Germans had dug a slip trench like we did over there, and they put poles across it like we did. And when I jumped over this bank, a hedgerow, usually a bank where the precious stolen rocks out of their fields, for years and years and years, for 1,000 years, the rocks and dirt and stuff will filled up to get up to be about that high. Some of them higher, some of them not that high. And then bushes grows on them. So that's what they call hedgerows. So I leaped over that hedgerow on the other side, and it just happened that the German had dug a hole right there and covered up, and I fell down and straddled the log like that. Oh, that's like
Just sent me.
It's a wonder he didn't die, though.
Yeah, it is. And the others, when they went out in there, they got about a quarter of the way across. And they realized that there's too many Germans over firing, too much firepower for our battalion. So they all started running back, and everybody got back over the fence. And I was right after hoping that some of the bitches would hit me, I was hoping